Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home full body Pilates workout. Today is a full-length Pilates class, so we're going to be working our entire bodies, abs, arms, glutes, thighs, upper back muscles, all the major muscle groups, and we're going to be starting off with a warm-up and finishing off with a really great cool down and stretch. So it's a comprehensive workout. You're going to feel great after completing it. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get right into our warm-up. So we're going to come to a kneeling position as I am now, or you can be sat with your legs crossed, or perhaps you prefer to stand. We're going to start off with some neck rolls. So the chin should be parallel with the floor, all the vertebrae stacked one on top of the other with the crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling. From this position, we're going to look to the right, stretching through the side of the neck. Inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to circle the chin down across the chest slowly and then looking up to the left, keeping the chin parallel with the floor. Inhale here. And exhale, circle the chin down across the chest and look up over to the right. Repeat. Inhale and exhale. Feel that stretch all the way through the back of the neck and then the side of the neck as you come up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Amazing work. Looking back to center. Bring your arms out ahead, palms facing in, arms are at shoulder height. From here, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to pull the right elbow back, keeping the hips facing forward, rotating around the spine. Inhale. And exhale, left elbow comes back, looking out over left shoulder with left eye, alternating sides, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears as you pull those elbows back, rotating around the thoracic spine, keeping those hips facing forward. Breathe the air out of the lungs as you pull and twist back. Nice work. One more each side. Really pull it back as far as you can. Nicely done. And back to center. Going to move into some arm circles here. So bring your palms so they're facing down. Lift the hands up and circle the arms down and back. Lift, inhale, and exhale. Circle those arms down and back. Lift up, reach through those fingers and circle down and back. Opening through the chest as you do so. Nice work, mobilizing those shoulders. Let's take two more. Lift and lengthen and roll it back. Last one, lift and roll back. Amazing. Now we're going to get into position for some cat, cow, child's pose stretches. So I'd like you to take your knees nice and wide. Big toes come together. We're going to stretch back into our child's pose, lengthening through the tailbone. Now bend at the elbows and just hover your chest above the floor as you start to arch the spine, coming in to your cat, and then round back in cow, sitting back on those heels into child's pose. So we're creeping along the mat, arching the spine, and then rounding the spine, sinking back into child's pose. Arch as you peel up and round, separating the vertebra as you sink back. Nice. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving slowly, focusing on spinal articulation, scooping belly in as you sit back onto those heels. Nice work. Let's take one more of those. And up, round back, and sink. Draw your armpits down to the floor and hold in child's pose. Find a lot of length through the tailbone. Breathe in through the nose, filling the back of the rib cage, and slowly out through the mouth. Deflating the rib cage. Nicely done. Now I'd like you to come into an all fours position. We're going to circle the knees out to the side to mobilize the hips. So we're going to bring that right knee up and circle it up and back and down and around. Good. Circle it up, back and down and around. Really opening through the hip. 3. Let's do 2 more. Really get that knee up there. Nice work. And last one. lower knee, and we're gonna take it over to the other side, lifting that left knee and rounding it down and back. Get that knee nice and high. And one more lift and round and lower. Nicely done. Now we're gonna come up into a downward dog. So I'd like you to plant your palms down on the mat, curl your toes. Deep inhale here, and exhale, lift those hips toward the ceiling. Take a moment here to really flatten out your upper back. Lift those hips a bit higher, bend the knees as needed. Let the head hang between the shoulders, and then let's start to pedal out the heels. Stretching and lengthening the calves. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lift belly high, in toward the spine. As you breathe out and pedal for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Lift up high on the toes, then come forward into plank. Hold in plank, nice flat line with the body. Lift abdominal wall and shoot back into downward dog. Come forward in plank, hold, shoulders above those wrists, and then back into your downward dog. Moving between the two positions, firing up the core and the upper body as we hold in plank, and then stretching it out, coming into the downward dog. Good. Rolling over the toes, scooping belly in as you lift up and back with those hips. And let's take one more lift and hold in plank. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the mat. Amazing work. We're gonna get into our workout here. So we're gonna start off by strengthening the upper and the lower body with some combo moves. So make sure you're at the top of your mat so you've got space behind you. We're going to extend the right leg long, keeping the left knee bent. Left knee is below left hip and wrists are below the shoulders. We're gonna lift the right leg, then lower, flexing the foot, and lifting the left knee as we bring the forehead in toward the knee. Holding there, then lower. Repeat, lift right leg, flex the foot, lift, scoop belly in, bringing forehead toward the knee. Good. Lift and scoop belly in. Challenge yourself by bringing your forehead as close in toward your knee as possible. Inhaling and exhaling, lifting abdominal wall. Good. Inhale and exhale. 5 more. 2. Lift up for 3 and 4. Push mat away from you as you lift. And last one, lift and scoop belly in, lift, 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 and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing work. Now from here, we're gonna lower the left forearm down to the mat so it's parallel with the top of the mat, and we're gonna bring the right leg out on a diagonal. We're gonna lift that right leg, finding length, and then bring it to right elbow. Right knee to right elbow. Extend and bend. Tap it toward the elbow. Don't worry if it doesn't touch. Just focusing on cinching the waistline, working the side booty, and lengthening out through those toes. Keep the shoulders rolled down away from the ears here. Abs are engaged. Nice work. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last 4, 3, amazing work. For 2, and last 1, bring it out. Now bring the leg back behind you and lengthen your arms out. Make any little adjustments you need to. Left knee stays below left hip. I'd like you to lift that leg as high as you can while still maintaining length in the spine. Line your wrists, elbows, and shoulders up. We're gonna lower the forearms down to the floor and lift. Weight comes into the heels of the hands as we work the triceps. Lower the forearms and lift, pressing up through the heels of the hands. Lower and lift. Keep those arms parallel. Try not to let the elbows splay out to the sides. Good. 6, 5, you've got this. 4, nice long neck. For 3 and 2, abs in. Last 1. Stretch and lengthen through those toes and pulse the leg up. 20 pulses here. Amazing work. Lift that leg a bit higher. Pulse it up. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg down. Take the knees nice and wide and push back into child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna focus on the left leg here. I would like you to position your wrists so they're below your shoulders. And we're going to extend left leg out long. Right knee is under right hip. So we're lifting the left leg, lowering and scooping belly in, lifting that right knee in toward the chest. Lift the left leg, lower, and scoop belly in, bringing forehead toward the knee. Good work. Challenge yourself by really driving that forehead in toward the knee. Amazing work. Last 5, 4, lift abdominal wall. For 3, and 2, and final 1. We're gonna come up and hold. Lift abs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nicely done on that side. Okay, so now we're gonna drop the right forearm down to the mat and take that left leg out on a diagonal. Set the shoulders back away from the ears. Lift the leg and bring knee to the elbow and extend. Knee to elbow, extend on a diagonal. Nice work. Let's go 4 and 5. 5 more to go. Lengthen through those toes. Nice long relaxed neck. And last 1, hold. Shift the leg so it's back behind you. Come onto those extended arms, those extended palms. We want the wrists in line with the shoulders. We're gonna lower the forearms and lift. Lower and lift, pushing up through the heels of the hands. Belly is plugged in. 4, 5, focusing on the triceps here. For 6, going for 10. 7, push up through the heels of the hands. And 9, final 1, hold, lengthen, lift the leg an inch higher if you can, and pulse. Little controlled pulses here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Nice work. Lower knee down and sink back into your child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Nice stretch. Now we're gonna switch positions and come into a side lying position with the right leg on top. So come down onto your left side. We're switching our focus back onto the right side. I'd like you to lengthen out on your mat, stacking your hips, stacking your shoulders, ankles, knees. Lift your legs up and come into a pike. Now, from this position, we're pointing our toes, our shoulders are down away from our ears, and we've got our hand on the mat for support. We're gonna lift the top leg up on a diagonal and then bring it back down. lifting up on a diagonal and bringing it back down. So we're drawing a diagonal line in the air with the right big toe and then bringing it back down to meet those left toes. Good. Lift and lower. Now I want you to keep this really slow and controlled. Plug belly in towards your spine so that you're stable in your torso and you're isolating this work in your hips, thighs, and glutes. Good work. Lift and lower for 5, 4, lengthen through the neck, 3, amazing work, 2, keep those toes pointed, last 1. Now we're gonna lift the leg up high and lower. Lift up high, tap the knee down to the mat, extend, lower, lift, tap, extend, lower, lift. Good work. Tap the knee, extend out long, lower the leg and lift. Toes stay pointed. That'll ensure that all the muscles in your leg are engaged here as you work through this exercise. Last 5. Nicely done. For 4, stretch and lengthen. Last 3, plugging navel in. And 2. Last 1. And lower down. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to switch positions, coming into all fours, and we're going to continue to work the right side. So targeting the right gluteus maximus muscles now. We're going to come down onto our forearms, elbows below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Now we're going to extend the right leg out long, lengthening through the big toe. We're going to tap the big toe to the other side of the mat and then come up on a diagonal. So we're tapping, crossing over bent leg and coming up on a diagonal. Tap, squeeze the glutes and lift. So you're drawing that line from the floor toward the wall. Nice work. Last 5. Squeeze the bum to lift. And 4. You've got this. 3. Keep the neck nice and long. Gaze is down on the mat. 2. And final 1. Nicely done. Now bring the leg so it's straight out behind you. Hips are square with the mat. We're going to bend, heel to bum, extend, lower the leg a couple inches, lift, repeat. Heel to bum, extend, lower, lift, repeat. So you're lowering the leg a couple inches, then you're bringing the heel to the bum, toes stay pointed. So you're getting a hamstring curl in here and a suspended leg lift. Good work. Focus on good form here, making sure those shoulders are down away from the ears. Your abdominals are engaged. Your gaze is down on the floor. Nicely done. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. We're going to lower the leg a couple inches and lift. So slow pulses here as we keep that leg lifted in the air and lower it and then lift it a bit higher. Good work. We've got 20 of these. Squeeze the glutes. It's our last move here for the glutes, so make it count. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, lift a bit higher. 3, 2, and 1, lower it down. Amazing. Sink back into child's pose, stretching and lengthening, sinking back into those hips, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nicely done. Now we're going to focus on that left side, so we're going to come down onto the right side body, supporting the head in the hand or on the outstretched arm if that's more comfortable for you. Now from here, we're going to lift the legs up, piking forward, and we're going to go into those diagonal leg lifts. So we're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering, lengthening through the toe, the big toe as you lift that leg away from the body and then lower it back down to your supporting foot. Good. Lift and lower. Abs are engaged, shoulders relaxed. We've got 5, 4, amazing work. For 3, last 2, and final 1. Great. Now we're gonna lift the leg up and lower. Lift and tap it down to the mat. Lift, tap, extend, and lower. Lift, tap, extend, and lower. Lift it up, tap it down, extend, and lower. Breathing through it. Losing my microphone here. Woo. Good job. We've got 3, 2, and last 1. Nicely done. Lower leg down. And now we're going to switch over into our all fours position, down on our forearms. So I'd like you to come down onto your forearms. Okay, from here we're going to extend the leg, lift the leg, and then we're going to tap it and extend it out on a diagonal. Tap it over cross leg and extend. Tap, extend. Tap, extend on a diagonal. Good work. Squeezing the bum as you do so. Lengthening out through that big toe. We've got 5, 4, good work. You can do it. For 3, and 2, and final 1. Now, ensuring the leg is back behind you, your hips are square with the mat. You're gonna bring the heel to the bum, extend, lower, lift, and bend. Lower a couple inches with your straight leg, then bend, extend, and repeat. Good, keeping the leg in the air, keeping the tension on the thighs, on the hips, on the glutes, as you lower and lift, contracting those hamstrings as you bring your heel towards your bum. Nice work. Keep it up. Breathe through it. I know it's tough. Keep lifting through that leg. We've got 4, 3, nice relaxed shoulders, 2, and last 1. Extend the leg, lift it a bit higher if you can, lower and lift. Slow pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, abs in. Keep that leg lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg down. Take the knees nice and wide this time. Keep the hips elevated and push back into a puppy pose. So your hips are elevated, you're lengthening through your tailbone, and you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, regulating that breath after all that hard work. Okay, from here we're going to get into some upper body work. I'm going to come down on my stomach. We're going to lower down with control. Make sure you've got space in front of you where you can stretch your arms out long. So I'm going to stretch my arms out long, palms are facing down. Legs are about shoulder distance apart here. From here, we're just going to hover the chest up off the floor. Spine is long. So we're lengthening out through the crown of the head. We're going to lift the arms up. We're going to pull the right elbow back and forward with the arm. Pull the left elbow back and forward. And then we're going to pull both elbows back together, contracting the upper back and lifting the chest. So we're lowering, chest hovers above the mat. Pull the right elbow back. Pull the left elbow back. And together, contract those upper back muscles and lift the chest. Gaze stays down on the mat. 1, 2, together and lift. Nice work. 1, 2, keeping your gaze down on the floor and lift. Good work. 1, pull back. 2, activating those upper back muscles, pulling those shoulder blades together. Keep that gaze down on the floor so the neck stays in line with the spine. Really challenge yourself as you pull both elbows back and lift that chest. Make sure you stay lengthening through the spine. We don't want to compress the lower back as we lift. Good work. 3 more sets. Good. Last 2 sets. Pull back, together and lift. Nice work. Last set. 1, 2, and lift. Amazing work. Lower palms down to the floor. Now we're going to come up into a pull back with both elbows. So extend your arms out long. And every time you lift, I want you to lift alternating legs. So I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to pull back, lifting the right leg, squeezing right glutes, and lower, just hover, and then pull back, opposite leg lifts. Now, if you're finding that's too much with the alternating leg lifts, I want you to eliminate the lifts and keep both legs down on the mat and just focus on the upper body. We've already done quite a lot of lower body work, so if you want to eliminate the leg lifts, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, challenge yourself by squeezing those glutes and lifting the leg every time you pull those elbows back. As we pull the elbows back, we're contracting the upper back muscles, those muscles that support good posture. Nice work. We've got 4, 3, lift a little higher for 2, and 1. Nice work. Lower down. You can lower your cheek down to the mat for a moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nicely done. Now stretching those arms out long again. We're going to pull the elbows back, and as we contract those upper back muscles, we're going to lift both legs. So point through the toes, squeeze the thigh muscles, and lift. Again, if it's too much, adding the lower body in, I want you to eliminate that and just focus on these pullbacks. Drawing those shoulder blades together. Nice work. We've got 5, 4, 3, nice long spine, 2, plug belly in, and last 1, lower the legs. We're going to pulse the elbows back for 10, 9, 8, 7, lifting the chest with every pulse, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now I want you to lift yourself up, and we're going to go into some push-ups here. So we're going to lower our palms down to the floor, and we're going to keep the knees bent here, but we're going to flex the feet. So we're lowering the chest down between the palms, elbows graze the side of the body. We're lifting up, tricep push-up, and then we're planking, holding in plank. We're tapping both knees down to the mat. 1, 2, lower the knees, lower the chest, and push up. Plank, 1, 2 taps, lower the knees, elbows in close toward the side of the body, and push up through the heels of the hands. Nice work. Plank, wrists below the shoulders, 2, lower, lower, push up through the heels of the hands, really focusing on those triceps. Belly plugs in as we lift those knees. Good work. Lowering and lifting. Lift, tap, tap, lower, push up. Nicely done. Lift, abs in, tap the knees, tap, lower, and push up. Amazing. And give it all you've got as you push your chest up away from the mat. Working the backs of the arms so well. Ooh, I just did 3 taps there, that's all right. And lift, 1, 2, lower, and push it up. Nicely done. Now we're gonna hold in this position, and we're gonna do 5 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, you got this. 4, nice long neck, and 5. Take those knees nice and wide and push back into child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing. Now we're going to switch our focus onto our abs. So we're going to come down onto our backs, lowering down with control, one vertebra at a time. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders down on the mat. We're going to take our arms overhead, palms facing in toward each other, and we're going to bring our legs into tabletop. We want our legs to be hip distance apart here, so your shin should be parallel with the floor, knees above your hips. If you feel like your lower back is really arching off the mat, I want you to bring your knees in a little bit closer towards you, making sure you've flattened the lower back down onto the mat. From here, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to curl and crunch up, bringing the arms by the side. Lower and curl and crunch up. Reach toward the end of the mat with those fingers. Nice, straight, long arms. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl and crunch up. Lower and peel head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Good work. Warming up the abdominal wall here. I want you to really focus on plugging your navel in, down towards your spine with every crunch. Nicely done. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now from here, we're going to curl and crunch up, and as we do so, we're going to tap the right toes down to the mat, lower, bringing the leg back to tabletop, and then lift, bringing left toes down toward the mat. So we're maintaining that shape, that right angle with the leg. As we lower, we're hinging from the hip to lift. Lower and lift. Good. Crunch up and lift. Now, if you feel like your neck is really starting to strain here and you want to support your head a little bit more, you can interlace your fingers and take them behind your head. Otherwise, keep lengthening through those fingertips every time you crunch up. Nice work. We've got 4, 3, lift a bit higher through those shoulders, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring your knees in towards your chest for a moment. We're going to carry on with this sequence, and now we're going to extend the legs as we curl and crunch up. So it looks like this. Legs are in tabletop, arms are overhead. Inhale here, and exhale, extend the legs. So legs are still hip distance apart here. Then we come back to tabletop to lower. Lift and extend. Now again, if this is too much with the arms, you can take the hands behind the head. And if that's still too challenging, you might just focus on keeping head, neck, and shoulders down on the mat and connecting with the breath and that core engagement as you extend the legs. Being sure that you're flattening the abdominal wall every time you extend those legs out long on the exhale. Good work. Amazing. Pointing through those toes, switching on the leg muscles as you extend the legs. So you're working your thighs and your calves even, if you're pointing hard through the toes, as you also work the abdominal wall. Good work. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. Knees in. Now for this next one, you can either stick in the challenging position of coming up. We're going to lower the right leg, lift, lower the left leg, lift, and then legs back to tabletop to lower down. Now that might be too challenging for you. If you feel like it's going to be too much, you can take your hands on either side of your tailbone to support your low back. Legs are in tabletop. We come up, we lower, lower, and back to tabletop, supporting your low back the entire time. Otherwise, come back to the starting position. We're going to extend, lower the leg, lower the other leg, and back to tabletop. Arms come back above the head. Lift, lower, lower, back to tabletop. Nice work. Lift, lower, lower, and back to tabletop and lower. Good work. Extend. Abs are in. Working those lower abs as we lift and lower the legs. And then inhaling as we come back down to the mat. Good work. We've got 4 more sets. 1, 2, and bring it in. Extend. 1, 2, and bring it in. Make sure your head is resting on top of your shoulders every time you come up so you're not straining your neck. Last 1, 2, and squeeze your legs together and draw knees in toward the chest. Nice work. We're going to go straight into our double leg stretch here. So we're going to stretch arms and legs in the opposite direction. So the legs are connected together here as we lengthen, inhale, and exhale to draw the limbs back in. Easier option, you've got head, neck, and shoulders down. More challenging option, you're holding in your crunch. Let's go. Inhale and exhale. Extend and hug the knees in. Inhale, breathe out to bring the legs back in, squeezing the legs together, creating a nice tight seam running up the middle of the body. Good work. We've got 3, 2, last 1. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the left leg down to the mat. Lower the left foot rather. Take your hands in a prayer position, keeping the right leg extended out long. From here, we're going to get into some oblique work. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to come over to the right side with those hands. So you're reaching, shortening the distance between the bottom of your rib cage and your hip as you get deep into those right obliques. 3, we've got a total of 10. 4, reach, lifting that left shoulder blade up off the mat. Last 5. Let's go. 5 and 4. Pick up a little higher for 3. Nice work. And 2. And final 1. Amazing. Bring your left leg up. Lower your right foot over to the left side with those prayer hands. Inhale. And exhale, challenging yourself by picking that right shoulder blade up off the mat while keeping your lower back pressing into the floor. Good work. Lift and crunch. We've got 5 and 4. Last 3. Final 2. And last 1. Amazing work. Lower your legs down, stretch them out long. Use your hands to help you to come up onto your palms. So you're in a seated position here. We're going to slightly bend the elbows and take the legs over to the right side. We're going to continue to work the obliques here by going into some in and outs. So we're going to bring the knees in and extend. So you're bending the elbows, extending the legs to the right, legs are squeezing together, and then cinching the waistline in. So we're coming out on that diagonal to the right and cinching in. Out and in, pulling belly to the spine. Out and in, nice work. Out and in, reaching toes toward the corner of the right mat. We've got 4, 3, working that waistline for 2, and final 1. Nice work. Now I'd like you to position your legs over to the left side of your mat, and we're going to bring it in and out. Good. Pulling belly in toward the spine. I know these are tough. Keep it up. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs to the center. Lift up through the arms and then fold over the lower body for a back body stretch. Grab a hold of your calves, your ankles, or even your feet if you can reach them. And breathe deeply here. Regulating the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, from here we're going to continue to work our upper body strength and our obliques by coming into some side plank work. So I'd like you to come to the top of your mat, lower your left forearm down so it's parallel with the top of the mat. Lower your right forearm down just ahead of your left forearm so it is also parallel with the mat. You want to position your shoulders so that they're above your elbows, and then you're going to step your feet back. Feet are flexed so that you're in a nice strong low plank. Now from here we're going to turn over to this side, stretching and opening through the chest, and then lower the forearm and switch over to the opposite side. So you're switching between the two sides, supporting yourself on that forearm, keeping that lower hip lifted. Again, working that upper body strength, working that waistline, shifting from side to side. If you're losing stability here, you can always lower your opposite leg down to the mat and just use it as a little bit of a base of support as you switch from side to side. Just make sure you keep that lower hip lifted. Abs are engaged. Chest is nice and open as you open to the side. Good work. Keep switching. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold it here, and we're going to go into some pulses. So either in your full plank or you've got your lower leg down on the mat, lower knee, we're going to pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now coming over to the opposite side, setting yourself up, knee is down, or you're in your full side plank, pulsing. 6, 5, 4, 3, pick that lower hip up, and 1. Nicely done. Come down, lower your knees, take your knees nice and wide, and stretch it back. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Now from here, I'd like you to come down onto your belly, stretch your legs out behind you, take your hands on either side of your shoulders, and peel up into a cobra stretch, or all the way up onto your hands like I'm doing, to stretch out the abdominal wall. Amazing work with those side plank exercises. Let's hold it here for 3, and 2, and 1. Lower down, and we are going to target an area that we haven't yet hit, and that is the inner thighs. So I'd like you to stretch out nice and long on your side body. We're going to make a bridge with that top leg so it is out of the way. Either you can put that leg in front of you or behind you. I feel more comfortable with it in front of me myself, but it varies person to person. I'd like you to lift your leg, your lower leg, so that the inside of the thigh is facing up toward the ceiling. Very important. We're going to lift and lower, and then we're going to flex the foot, pulling the toes back toward the shin and lower. So we're pointing to lift and then flexing to lift. Pointing to lift, flexing to lift. Point and flex. Point and flex. So I want you to really focus on the inner thighs doing the work here with every lift. Breathe out to lift. Relax those shoulders as you lift the heel toward the ceiling and those toes toward the ceiling. Good work. We've got 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Amazing. Now I want you to point the toes, and we're gonna pulse that leg up for 10. So lift the leg, hover it off the mat, and pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Flex the foot. 10 with flexed foot pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, lower down. Amazing. Now we're going to switch sides. So coming over onto the opposite side, lowering down, supporting the head, nice long legs, and then create that bridge either in front or behind the body. And we're going to lift the leg with a point and lift with a flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Targeting the inner thighs here, strengthening with every lift. I want you to keep your leg as straight as possible as you lengthen through the heel and then lengthen through the toes. Great work. Keep it up. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Now lift the leg, just hover it, and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now flex. Lift, 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 lift. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing work. Now we're going to move on to our backs, and we're going to come up into bridge. So we're going to take the hands on either side of the body, tilt the pelvis back, lift up into your bridge, and just finish off with some inner thigh work. We're going to abduct the knees and then squeeze them back to parallel. Abduct and squeeze back to parallel. Good. Working those thighs. Opening and squeezing back to the starting position. Good work. Lift those hips a little higher, but keep the tailbone tucked. Nice work. 5, 4, 3, nice work. 2, and 1. We're going to abduct the knees, take them nice and wide, and then we're going to pulse the knees out for 20. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs back to parallel. Lower the bum back down to the mat and bring the knees in toward the chest. Hug them in close. And take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, from here we're going to lower our feet down to the floor. I'm just going to shift over a little bit and stretch my legs out long. We're going to move into some rollovers to ensure that we really target our upper and our lower abs well before finishing off this workout, and that we get in a great spine stretch. So we're going to take our hands overhead, palms facing up toward the ceiling. We're going to peel up, lift, and then fold over the lower body, stretching. Inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. We're going to peel up again, working those upper abs as we come up. Reach and stretch, folding over the lower body. Engage those lower abs, squeeze the thighs your whole way down. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, reach and stretch, getting a nice fold and stretch over the lower body. Drop your shoulders, engage your lower abs, and lower back down. Peel up one vertebra at a time, reach and stretch, and then lower down one vertebra at a time as you work your lower abdominals. Lift, reach, fold, and stretch. Bring it back. Nicely done. Lift, reach, fold, and lower back down to the mat. Amazing. 3 more. Lift. Get in a great spine stretch as you reach for those toes and target those lower abs all the way down. Nice work. Last 2. And final one, we're peeling up, reaching, folding, and stretching. Drop the crown of your head, take a hold of your feet, calves or ankles, and breathe here in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. And a little bit of a cardio finisher before we move into our cool down. So I'd like you to come into an all fours position. I'd like you to step your right leg back, step your left foot back, holding in high plank here. We're gonna drive alternating knees in toward the chest for a total of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now push it up and back into down dog. Reach and stretch to those hips. 2 more sets of those. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Push the hips up and back, stretching and lengthening through that spine. Nice work. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And push it back. Amazing work. Breathing in through the nose here and out through the mouth. Lift your hips a little higher. Amazing work. Now we're going to start cooling it down. We're going to bring the right leg and fold it under the body, coming into your pigeon pose. Whew. Sweaty. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing work. Keep breathing here, holding and lengthening through that back leg. Feels really good. You can either stay in this upright position or you might prefer to fold over the lower body. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nicely done. Now we're going to switch sides. Folding the left leg under the body. Lifting up onto those fingertips. Breathing deeply. Again, option to fold over that bent leg or stay in this elevated position. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Now from here, step back into plank. And we're going to step the right foot between the hands, lowering left knee down to the mat. Lifting up into a lunge. Make sure that opposite leg is stretched right back behind you. Your hands are on your right thigh. We're lifting up nice and high up through the crown of the head. And gently pushing that left hip flexor forward. Breathing deeply as you stretch through that hip flexor. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down. Bring your left foot between your hands. Right leg is stretched out long behind you. Hands are on the left thigh. Gently pushing that right hip forward, stretching the right hip flexor. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Drawing nice deep inhales and slow controlled exhales out through the mouth. Sink a little bit deeper into the stretch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Lower both knees down to the mat. And now bring the feet together. We're going to stretch out the inner thighs. So I'd like you to draw your knees down to the mat as far as they can go. Feet are glued together, hands are on the feet or the ankles. We're just going to hinge from the hip and fold forward. Breathing deeply here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Fold a little bit more deeply into your stretch if you can. If it feels good, you can place your hands on your knees and just apply a tiny bit of pressure to deepen the stretch if that feels good. Not to the point of pain, but just so you can really feel it. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, bring knees together. Move down onto your back slowly and with control. We're going to cross the left leg over the right. Take the hands behind the right thigh and just hug that right knee in toward the chest. Nice deep glute stretch here. Relax those shoulders. Connect the low back with the mat. Hug it in a little bit closer towards you for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right foot, switch the crossing of your legs. Hugging opposite knee in toward the chest. Enjoying that nice deep glute stretch and the feeling of the opening in the hip as you draw that knee in toward you. Keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath even if you're feeling tight. Hug that knee a little bit closer in towards you for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower the foot down to the floor. Take your hands behind your thighs. Roll up into a seated position. From here, I'm just going to take my hands out to each side of the mat. Fingers are splayed. We're going to inhale here and exhale. Just arch the spine, bringing the head back. Inhale, come back to neutral with the spine, and exhale, open through the chest and arch through the spine. Inhale and exhale. Really opening through the chest. Nicely done. Last one, inhale and exhale. Stretch the legs out long. Lift the arms up, and we're coming into our final forward fold. I want you to go as deep as you can with this forward fold. So draw your belly in towards your spine, creating more space so that you can bring your chest a little bit closer down towards your thighs. Relax your head and neck here. Lengthen through the backs of the legs. Stretching out the low back, stretching out the middle back and the upper back. As you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Elevate up. Turn and face me. We're going to pick our shoulders up by our ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. Lift those shoulders up and melt them down and back. Let's take 3 more. Melting away tension in the upper body. Opening through the chest. Last one. Roll those shoulders down and back. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that routine. It was lengthy, but we targeted all our major muscle groups. I hope you're feeling strong and well stretched. Amazing work for making it this far, and I really look forward to moving again with you next time. Hope to see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.